Defense had to go out there and prevent them from scoring that last drive. And there's a lot of confidence. I know the game gets close, but there's a lot of confidence we have in our defense. It's why I'm so aggressive as a coach on fourth down. It's just you got a lot of confidence in your defense. I'm proud of them, proud of the coaching staff, proud of the players. In terms of how we learned, hopefully, from the lessons that last year taught us. We learned from the lessons of this year, and we were able to go out and perform and get the job done. At the end of the day, we're evaluated like win or no, right? Did you get it done? And we found a way. And we'll go back. We'll clean it up as we go into the bye week, look at the areas of improvement, and have a plan and attack them. We know we got to improve. 7 guaranteed games, if I told them. So we're going to need everybody. We're going to have to continue to get better. But it's a great feeling going into this bye week with a big win over a good Louisville team. So with that, I'll open up for questions.
On your left side, third row, Pete Byrne.
Hey, Marcus. Pretty emotional day, and right out of the gate, first play, they get a turnover that has a big momentum swing. A lot goes on in those first minutes, but what's your message to the guys when there's such a big flip of momentum so early?
You got to reload, and that's the coaches and players, and things happen within a game, and your frustration, you want to get mad and scream, and the player feels like crap, but you got to reload, and you got to refocus on the next play. That's why this game is so important. Like the ability to win the plays between plays is what's really, I think, makes great teams great. And that's a message I've always said, man. No matter what happens that last play, take the emotion out. Right? You don't control probably the first thought, but you control the second thought. The first thought is to be upset or feel sorry for yourself, but the second thought is most important, and that's to reload and refocus.
You already hinted at this, but I want to touch again. Your defense forces 3 turnovers. I think you only gave up 1 score on a full field possession. How much does your confidence in them dictate the way you're able to call a game?
It does. It's again, when you feel like when you have confidence, I had confidence we were going to make the 4th and 2. I think we had 2 4th and 1s that we were successful with, and we have a plan going into the game of, hey, what's the yardage that we want to be aggressive and go for it? And at that moment, it was 2 yards, and I was really confident in how the defense was playing, and they played well afterwards. A guy made a 56-yard field goal. That's a heck of a kick. And so, again, hindsight, you don't make it, but I want to continue to be aggressive. I want our team to be aggressive. We have to be aggressive, an aggressive mentality, and that was a reflection of that.
Front row on your right, John Bryce.
Marcus, it's one thing to feel like you have a great call, but it still has to be executed. When your team goes out there and executes, especially in those clutch moments when you hadn't executed particularly well at other times in the day,
yeah.
What do you take from that? What do you learn? How much confidence maybe does it give you moving forward?
Yeah, we played lights out the first half, especially offensively. I want to go back and, again, it's hard when you're out there trying to stay focused on every single play. I want to go back and see it was good. We were aggressive, threw some deep balls, had success in run and passing game. Second half we weren't successful. It was, punt, turnover on downs, and then J Love has a great play. That's something we worked on all week. That was a big screen, and we knew after that first down, after the timeout, we were going to call that. So, again, let's evaluate it. Continue to be aggressive, both sides of the ball, but especially offensively. Man, Riley, and he had a great week and performed really well.
And then Leonard Moore ends up leading you with tackles in his first career start. Kind of when did you know you'd have to go to him, and what kind of example does that set for everybody?
Yeah, Christian was going to try to go. He had a shoulder strain and a shoulder sprain, and he was going to try to go. We thought he was going to be able to go, and after the pregame warm-up, just it wasn't ready. He wasn't going to be able to get the job done for what we need him to do. So we went to Leonard, and we have a lot of confidence in Leonard, and Leonard played really well.
Up the middle, on your left, third row, Sean Stiers.
Hey, Marcus. Max Earlman on punt return. How did that come about?
Well, the decision came about in practice. This week when we were game planning against our punt unit, we wanted to be aggressive, and we knew we could probably get the op time to be affected by our aggressiveness, and we thought Faison would give us the best chance to, maybe get back there and block a punt. But Max has shown us that he's reliable, will catch the ball, and will be aggressive. And so he did a really good job stepping up today.
And then Boubacar's status.
Lower leg knee injury, I think. Don't know. They just told me he was out for the game. So hopefully I'll have more information here soon.
Front row on your right, Eric Hansen.
Hey, Coach. Beyond Leonard Moore, you had some shuffling to do back in your defensive backfield. Jordan Clark looked like he was playing a different role for a while. Rod Hurd. Can you speak to their readiness to be able to do that, and how much of this was just today and how much have they been working on emergency plan B?
You have to have a plan for plan B, C, and D. And we didn't have a lot of practice reps that, I'll tell you that, with expecting Christian to try to give it a go. So we didn't have a whole bunch of practice reps, but it happened. BMO goes down in the second half, and we knew if that happened, we were going to put Jordan Clark at corner. And he did a good job, and you got to have a plan. Okay, hey, we're going to move this guy that hasn't been at corner this year but has previously to the corner position. Here's our game plan if he has to go to the corner position. So you have to have plan B, plan C, and plan D ready to roll. And they did a good job.
And then from your player standpoint, I would imagine it's going to be a pretty busy bye week for the trainers. As far as the coaching staff, where do you want your focus to be in terms of helping this team get better after the bye?
Yeah, we have to. That's the most important thing. Part of this week we'll be out recruiting. We have to continue to recruit and go see some guys. But the main emphasis of this week is how do we improve? And part of improvement it will be to get healthy. Right? We got to get healthy in areas that we can, but we got to look at schematically, hey, where can we continue to enhance? We have to get better, and I'm confident we will.
Front row on your left, Tyler Horka.
Coach, when you guys get the ball back, I believe it was about 5 minutes to go, how much did Louisville kind of stymieing the run game with Jeremiah influence you guys to call the 3 runs with Riley Leonard, and what did you kind of see from those 3 plays?
Well, it was, I think, 5 minutes left in the game, and they had no timeouts. And we said we have to be smart. So let's run the ball in the first 2 plays. And if it gets to 3rd down, let's be aggressive and try to throw it. If Mitch wasn't open, we said, hey, let's just keep the ball in bounds. Do not throw it away. And we have to utilize those 40 seconds. And every second matters. And that's the thing you learn as a head coach is that a play that happens with 4 minutes left in the game is going to affect the end of the game. And, it wasn't beautiful because we didn't get a first down, but we ran 120 seconds off the clock, which was crucial. And then as you go on the punt, you're able to take off another 40 seconds. So we would have loved to have been able to finish the game with the ball in our offensive hands, but we were really looking at time management right there.
You sort of talked about this in the beginning, but big picture-wise, what did it mean for you guys to respond to the way the game started with the kickoff and then the quick touchdown? Not just in this game, but like who you guys are in terms of being able to respond to that kind of adversity going forward.
Yeah, we knew going into this game, Louisville, I think, under Braum is top in the country in terms of opening drives. In terms of opening drives on defense, I don't think they allowed an opening drive touchdown since he's been there. And then on offense, they're top 5 in terms of scoring rate. So that was an emphasis for us, start fast. And we start with a fumble, but it was great to see our guys reload, our offense be able to go out there and drive 75 yards down the field and score. I mean, it was huge. And we were aggressive, and we handled adversity all in those first quarter.
3rd row on your right, Tim Priester.
Until Riley got a little banged up there in the second quarter, he was probably playing his best football of the year. How fine is the line between staying with him, knowing that things are a little bit limited offensively, or did the 2-score lead in the defense just dictate the approach that you took in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, after the first half, I think we were up 24-14. I thought our offense played lights out the first half, so there was no even consideration of changing quarterbacks going in the second half. We didn't have a lot of success in the second half, and I always say you're going to blame the quarterback. That's what you do. You're supposed to, right? And you're going to blame the head coach. That's what you're supposed to do. That's why we're in these positions. But we'll go back and see what decisions Riley made in the second half that weren't good. But, damn it, he played really well in that first half. Our whole entire offense didn't play great the second half. And so it's easy to point the finger at Riley. But, I'm proud of the way he performed today and led our offense to victory.
Could you give us a little insight as to what the conversation was between you and Coach Denbrock as you went through the second half?
Hey, we got to get a first down. What we're doing right now is not working. Let's try something else. That's about it.
Second row on your left, Tyler James.
Marcus, was Riley physically compromised between that second and third down? It looked like he was either shaken up or grimacing. He was pretty slow moving between when you guys took a timeout.
Yeah, he's banged up. We ran him. We knew we were going to have to run him. He's a tough guy, man. He is tough, sacrifices his body. I think I think he might have got kneed in his thigh or something like that. I don't know exactly what it was, but he said, I'm good. I'm good to go. I want the ball in my hands. And so that's the competitor he is, man. He's a tough person, man.
And then I believe Sullivan Absher was in the game late at left guard. Was that a coaching decision or an injury-related decision?
No, that was an injury decision with Sam. He got, I think, rolled up on or something like that.
Front row on your right, Pete Sampson.
Marcus, that was the first drive with Riley. Is that kind of the quarterback you've been waiting to see where it's like it felt like he had command of the offense?
That's the offense I want to see.
Yeah.
That's a perfect drive on offense, and it's not just about Riley. We ran the ball well too, and so thought our entire offense did a really, really good job on that first drive.
And the emotions at the end of the game, I don't know if that was spillover from last year, just your players in Louisville kind of going back and forth off the field. Like, what was that the tone of the game today, or was that kind of a hangover from last year?
I didn't see it. I just ran to shake Coach's hand, and I'm sure they're competitors. Everybody's competitors, and I'm sure they talk a little mess to each other between both sides of the ball, but it wasn't nothing that I was aware of.
That's all the time we have today. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.